We have here large colon database, unaligned. Now this is all from Bold. 129,000 species in here. Now some of these will be mislabeled and there won't be many, but if they're retained, then they can cause some sort of propagated errors when they end up in a phylogeny. Now, as you can see, these have all got species names on them. If you want to identify which are probably mislabeled, one way we can do this is we can do molecular identification and compare this sequence. Like just treat it as a query, just ignore what's on the label, and do molecular identification of a sequence against a kind of a similar colon insect data set and see what name it gives, and see if the name broadly matches the name on the name given by the submitters. So if we do that, we treat this as a query and we need some references. I'm doing this with software Mothur. This is what the input from Mothur looks like. Doesn't need to be aligned. Just need some sequence in there. Need some code, and I need two files for Mothur: the sequences and the taxonomic names. So you can see then just have some codes where you normally have the ID, well, is the ID, then this format which gives the taxonomic information. So if we identify this against this database using Mothur, then we can find probable mislabeled stuff. Now, so we need to have Mothur installed. Installing Mothur shouldn't have too much difficulties with that. You just need to check the makefile and specify the platform, and that should install no problem. We use a classify command. The algorithm is called the Wang classification algorithm. Is the default for Mothur. And then to infer the mislabeled stuff, we then use a taxon table. So the key argument for this is take the output from Mothur. I can show you what that looks like. So we have our input, which is our column database, and we've identified it against something quite similar, and it will give, in some cases it's found the same thing in reference database, and in other cases it's found something pretty similar. Now what we're looking for is where a sequence has matched to a taxon which is totally different. So that's what we're doing here. Go through that output file and look for lines which have at least order classification or order assignment. Check the threshold. Check that it's a well supported identification. Take the original lineage, and if it matches, if it's the same, if the annotation of the sequence is the same as the molecular identification, great, that's fine. Anything that isn't, that's a putative mislabeling, and these are all printed to this output file here. So we have 159 probably mislabeled stuff, and they just need to be removed. So we'll just remove faster entries using that list. Remove those 159 and we'll go from there. So this looks at the order. So it is a rather broad mislabeling. Haven't really decided whether I should be doing that at a finer scale like family. I'm not really clear on that, but that's an option. But anyway, so I run this on 129,000 of the updated COI database for insects. Its slowest step is running Mothur, so it took 16 hours, overnight, and then we remove 159, and okay, that's job done.